everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are doing a pick a card reading about the next 30 days. So what's gonna happen in the next 30 days? It's already August. Can you believe it? It's so crazy. Anyway, so today I'm doing it a little bit differently. So originally I only wanted to do 3 piles, but decided to do 4 piles because you can either just pick one pile, and then I actually have 4 different cards in each of the piles. But if you want to do it, you can also do it this way. You could pick more than one pile. You can even pick all 4 piles, but then arrange it in an order. So for example, you can be like, my first choice is 2, and then 3, and then 1, and then 4. So then you can listen to the 2, and then the 3, and then the 1, and the 4. And then each of the piles will become the first week in the next 30 days, the second week of the next 30 days, the third week of the next 30 days, and the fourth week of the next 30 days. So it just, when I was shuffling and then when I was picking out the cards, that was the message I got. It's like, do 4 piles and then let people to choose it. So there's different ways of choosing a pile today. So you could do it that way. Or you can even just choose 2 piles, one for the first 2 weeks, the other for the second 2 weeks. You could do that as well. Or you could just pick one pile, and I also have 4 different cards in the pile that each represent each week in the 30 days. Okay, so just want to give that a little bit of an overview, and so you can make your pile. And while you do that, I do have I picked out a general card, general energy card for everybody. So it's like a general thing I think the cards want everybody, all my audiences to hear for the next 30 days. So this is what the card says. Intelligence. So education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility. And the number is 45. Okay, so if you add them together, it's the 9 energy. It means it's the end of the cycle. Or it also has the 4 and the 5 energy. 5 is stability. 4 is, to rest, think it through, and then 5 is the change. Okay, so it could be that, or it could be the 9th energy, which is the end of a cycle, completion, and then you're going back to the beginning of the next cycle. So you're towards the end of the cycle. And so I think the message for the next 30 days for everybody is that use your intelligence, be educated. So if you heard about something, if somebody tell you about something, it's all about perception. Some people perceive something to be good, while other people might perceive something to be bad. So I think it's always good to, when you hear something, consider all of the options, hear all sides of the stories, and then make your decision. So to me, intelligence is almost like not just like how smart you are, but the wisdom, okay? Because and become get as many knowledge about a certain subject, certain things that you want. Be educated. So make an educated guess, educated guess about things. And then also just to be flexible, right? Know that once you make a decision, there's change is always, 4 and 5, right? Like I was saying, change is the only thing that's staying constant. So be flexible to make a change. So maybe when you do make a decision, have plan A, B, C, right? So if A falls through, you have B and C. But, I understand sometimes you don't want to give yourself that backup plan, because then you always think there is the backup. And then so you never put the full effort into your first plan. But of course, do everything you can in your first plan, but if it doesn't work out, at least have something as a backup. So I think that is the energy for the month of August, and I really do feel August is going to be full of change. I think most of the planets are coming back into direct. So there were retrograding, so 5 planets were retrograding. So Mercury already started back on its track, so going forward again. I think Jupiter is going to be going forward soon in about 2 weeks or so. And so everything will be coming, they were going backwards, so you're doing a lot of reflection and a lot of thinking through about things, making decision, thinking it through, how do you want to do things. And now everything's going to be back on track, so moving forward again, feeling like moving forward again. And then something's going to change, a lot of change is going to happen. And so when things going back into, so when the planets are going when the planets are retrograding, when it's coming back into direct again, there will be a little time period that when you're making that, when you're going backwards, when you're going to go back into the forward motion, there's going to be a little bit of shift, right? So there's going to be a little bit of energy, still unstable energy going, because you're backtracking, right? So now you're going to come forward, so there's going to be a little bit of like static moment, or still that feeling. So I feel like that is the 4th energy, and then once it's going back into forward motion, and then it's going full speed into forward motion, change is going to come very fast, very soon, okay? And then also when the combination of this is 9, so the completion of a cycle as well. So that is the energy, general energy for everybody. And then let's get into pile number 1. So these 2 cards are the general cards, general message, and these are the 4 cards for the next 30 days. So each represents the energy of each week. So the general message I want to say is that we're not reading reversals today. So if any of the cards coming up reverse, I'm just gonna flip around. So the general energy for pile number 1 is reconciliation and creation. Okay, so it says someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay, and then over here is creation. So first of all, right off the bat, I'm getting, so for the next 30 days, the general energy hovering the next 4 weeks, the next 30 days, is that someone from your past is coming back. This someone could be your friend, could be a family member, could be an ex if you want to, or somebody that you kind of had a fallout with. They're going to come back into your life. They might apologize. Somebody you're waiting to communicate with you again, they might come back and talk to you. Or it could be you going back into somebody's life, right? So maybe you're the one that's initiating, you're apologizing, you did someone wrong, and you finally gathered the courage to apologize, to tell them how you really feel about them, and they will accept your apology and accept you back into their life. So, and then I think something you're also in this month, you're in an energy of creation. Okay, so it's all about creating new opportunities, creating maybe new art, creating new relationships, maybe seeing things in a different way, seeing things from a different perspective. If it's somebody from your past coming back, maybe the old way of, the reason that you guys had a fallout is maybe because the old way of dealing with each other is not working out. And so you guys are gonna come up with a new way of working things out. But if you're looking for like a new job or starting out with new things, I think a lot of the people in here, I know in like Asia or like even Canada, that kind of thing, September is when you go back to school, but August is towards the end of the August is back to school, people coming back from vacations, right? Or in the States, I think a lot of schools actually starts university wise that you have to go back to school at the end of August already. So maybe some new things if you're entering into a new stage of your life, and maybe that's when you might meet some of the old people that you used to know too. Okay, so there will be some new energy coming in, and you might be creating new things with these people. Okay, so that's the general energy I'm seeing for pile number 1. And then let's take a look at what is going to happen in each of the weeks. Okay, so this is the first card. That's the first week. This is the second week, the third week, and the fourth week. Okay, so we'll go in order. So the first week, it's about temperance. Okay, so temperance is all about mixing things. If you're looking at it's pouring water from one cup to the other, and he's also having 1 feet in the water, 1 feet out. It's all about balance, right? Temperance is about balance. And then look at all like this, the person's head is illuminating. Okay, so you're coming up with new ideas, like what I was saying over here, creation. But it's you know, when you do things, you don't want to do things in extremes. Okay, so over here is about temperance. Sometimes, you know, you get too excited, you might go overboard on something. So remember, just, you know, control your energy a little bit, control your excitement. Maybe this person that's coming back into your life, you're like, oh my God, you know, you're just so happy to have them, and then you might go overboard, you get too close too quickly, and then, you know, that's not gonna work out, right? Because you might want to start things slowly, more steady, stably. Sorry, there's no stably, I just made up a word. More stable. Okay, so make it just watch out your energy, temperance, balance. It's all about balance, and you're gonna see things in a different light, a new light, like new thoughts coming out, right? And also you're protected. This is an angel, right? The angel is all about is protecting you, but it's going to help you see things in a more balanced way, giving you a lot of wisdom, like what we were saying at the very beginning. The general energy hovering all 4 piles is that intelligence, the flexibility, knowledge, education, perception, right? So just try to examine everything and see things from both sides, and then make your decision and make a balanced decision. Live a balanced week. Maybe this week is going to be a lot of up and downs and that kind of thing. So it wants to remind you that look for that balance during the first week of August, which is next week coming up, right? And then so the second week of August is the strength. So once you're, you find that balance in your life, or between work and life, or just life in general, or school, some people might be still in school, or even like money, right? This could be money, so watch out, don't overspend, that kind of things. So now moving into the next week in August, you're going to gain some strength, okay? You're going to gain some knowledge. Remember that intelligence that's hovering all 4 piles, because you're using that power, the power of knowledge, the power of your intelligence, wisdom, the temperance, balancing everything. You're going to slowly come up with the strength to move on to things, okay? You're going to find also what you're good at, what you're not good at, I think. Maybe you will figure out what you really want to do, that inner strength as well. So you're over here, this is about the people that coming back into your life. Maybe you have that strength out, the reconciliation. Maybe they'll tell you something that you don't really want to hear, maybe that too, but you now have the strength to take it, and maybe not taking it so personally, right? Sometimes when we get offended because we take things really personally and we don't see it from a bigger point of view, or maybe see it from the other person's side, okay? And then maybe you also have the strength to tell the other person what you feel and what you don't like about them, okay? So because over here is creation, you're gonna build a new relationship, okay? See things from a different point of view. And both of these, I just want to mention, your first week and your second week are these major arcanas, okay? So definitely some big change, big life changes, okay? Big, maybe spiritual changes is coming your way. You're going to be enlightened this at the beginning of August, okay? And then now we're moving into the third week of August, where you got the Two of Cups, okay? Two of Cups is about partnership. It's about it's also about romance, okay? If you're single and you're looking for somebody, somebody might be over here, reconciliation, right? Somebody that you thought you're out of contact with, they're gonna come back into your life, and most likely it's gonna be in the third week of the month, okay? Because over here is about partnership. So maybe the first 2 weeks is all about working on yourself, okay? Over here is the eighth, the infinity. Of things. So seeing things in an infinity, working on yourself. And then now third week, you're going to start new partnerships, maybe new relationship. Something new is going to develop. If you're looking for a new business partner, that might be this week as well. Like over here, you're working on getting money, right? Strength, finding balance between everything. So now this is new partnership, new love, maybe if you are in a relationship, maybe now it's the time to move your relationship into the next level, or maybe even communicate. You guys are having a really good emotional connection, like you feel connected emotionally, because Cups is all about emotion. And see how this one person is extending his hand out, or her hand out, to grab the other person's cup, right? So they're exchanging cups, they're exchanging emotions, they will communicate, they will let each other know how they feel, okay? And then, sorry, totally bumped into the, okay. And then now the fourth week, which is very interesting, we got the Five of Pentacles, and it's these two people being left out in the cold, okay? And this person, it's like they're partnering up, and they're outside in the snow. They feel really sad. So I think maybe the fourth week, we just need to be aware of some things. So that's why I think the temperance is really important, because if you go overboard, your emotions might be overflowing, so you share too much, you're swinging from one extreme to the other. It's always not that great to me. I really think, finding the medium, finding the balance is always the best way to go. And Five Pentacles is also about money, right? Finance. So and five is change, okay? So what we were saying before, the change. So maybe in the fourth week of August, there will be some financial changes, financial things that you have to work out and worry about, okay? So maybe you need to, maybe over here in Temperance, in the first week of August, you want to watch out about overspending, okay? Maybe you're getting a lot of, money or something. Maybe you got a big job or something, and then you're feeling so happy, you got the strength, and then now you overspend. So now fourth week, you have to come up with money to pay for your next month's bill, and you're like, oh no, what did I just do? Okay, so if it's not about that, maybe the third week, you're having so much fun. What did I just say? Third week. Yeah, third week, you're having so much fun with your new partner or new relationship, or whoever you're with, right? Or your business partner. So, and you might be spending a little bit too much. So just be aware that there might be change coming in on the fourth week, in the fourth week of August for pile number 1. And you might be feeling a little bit left out in the cold, and you're like struggling to come up with some, maybe financial things to cover for your next month's, expenses, that kind of thing. And so that's what I feel. Or maybe, the thing is about the fourth card is that you're not alone in the cold. You still have this person that you're with, and they stand by you even if you're not in the best, you stand with each other even when you're not in the best shape, okay? So maybe something over here, having this person this new person, and then now you're trying to work out maybe your differences, okay? See the difference between how you spend money, maybe, for example, how you see things, your values, your morals, that type of thing. So again, it's that thing about looking things from a different point of view, seeing things from both sides, and then partnership as well. So because over here, so the second week is always these two people, okay? So it's about partnerships. So second week of August is a lot about learning about partnerships, business, finances, and the first part of the month is about working on yourself, building that strength, okay, so that you can overcome all these hardship maybe coming in towards the end of August. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 1, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, and if you have anything that you want to share with me, just leave in the comments below, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, so for pile number 2, so these are the 4 different tarot cards representing each of the weeks, and then this is the general energy in the month of August. So you got, and we're not reading reversals today, so I'll flip all of the reversed cards upright. And so the first card we got is worth waiting for, and then the second card is patience. So interesting. Okay. I think these two cards actually is saying the same thing. It's about patience, right? Worth waiting for is you're waiting. So what does that mean? Patience, having patience. So I think whatever you're working on in July, or maybe the first part of this year, you know, the first part of this year, whatever you're working on, or even, okay, so first of all, my reading is timeless. So right now I'm taping it in August, right? So I might be mentioning August a lot, but it's really is whatever month that you're in right now, and going from that, then the next 30 days, and then each card representing each of the week. Okay, so anyways, so whatever you're working on previously, okay, prior to you seeing this video, everything that you're working on is being set in motion, okay? So now you're just waiting for that fruit to ripe. And also maybe whatever, all the efforts that you put in, okay? I think it doesn't mean that you can stop now. You want to keep working on it. But if you don't see the result right away, don't panic. It's in the work, okay? It's telling you that it's worth waiting for, and just have patience for it. Whoa. Just have patience for it, okay? So that is the energy I'm seeing that's hovering the entire month, or the entire 30 days for pile number 2. So having patience. So maybe pile number 2, you are the type of person that you want to see, whenever you put in something, you put in effort into things, you want to see the result right away. And now this month's lesson for you is to learn about being patient, okay? Waiting. It's a virtue. I know it's so hard. Okay, so each of the cards representing each of the week in the next 30 days. And so the first card is the 8 of Wands. Second card is 5 of Pentacles, which is so interesting because pile number 1 got this too, but in a different week. And then this is the 4 of Swords, but we're not reading reversed. You also got the 4 of Cups. So there's lots of 4 energy, okay, in the second part of the month. So this card, the first card, I think the first week of this month is that things are going to come pretty quickly. You're going to feel like you're gonna see some results. I think whatever effort that you're putting into, even though this is the overall energy is that patience and it's worth waiting for, but I think you're gonna see some quick result in the very first week. Okay. Something or some good news is like all the efforts that you're putting in, you're gonna get some like great news about it, whether it's if you're single, whether if it's some effort that you put into relationships, okay, or maybe you're not single, you're with somebody, it's like that effort that you put into your relationship, you want to have something manifested, it's gonna come pretty quickly, and some good news is gonna come your way. Or if it's about business or school, okay, so whatever effort you're putting into, you're gonna get some good news, good things coming in the very first week of this next 30 days, okay? However, when you're moving into the next week of this, the second week of this 30 days, is that you're gonna be feeling a little bit trapped, okay? You're gonna feel a little left out in the cold, and it's mostly because it's a Five of Pentacles, okay? So it's about job or about financial hardship, okay? 5 is also the energy of change, and so perhaps that whatever you put into motion and the good news that you're getting in the first week, in the second week, something unexpected or something that you don't really foresee is going to happen, and you're gonna feel a little bit, you're gonna struggle a little bit, okay? But the good thing is that you actually have somebody with you. Okay, you're not fighting this war alone. Okay, so you have some people with you, and look at this card. Okay, even this card has like 2 people here. So you're gonna have somebody over here with you, and they might not be able to provide a lot of help in or like a physical help that you're gonna see or feel, but that you're gonna feel like supported, okay, and like they didn't leave your side, okay. So it's 5 of Pentacles. There's some changes coming, so even though there's good news coming in, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be taken into a different direction or some kind of a change, and you're gonna have to see things a little bit differently, and then maybe work out a different plan, okay. For example, this is what we also said, the overall energy for all 4 piles at the very beginning, that there's that change and you want to be prepared. So even though you have plan A and set in motion, do still have a B and C and D, whatever plan, but of course you want to put all of your effort into that plan that you wanted the most. But having a second plan when something unexpectedly happened, you have some kind of backup, okay? So it's going to be quite a struggle, okay? You're gonna feel like, gosh, what am I doing? Maybe I made the wrong decision. And then now moving into the 3rd week, so that this is 4 of Swords, you're gonna be put into a lot of thinking, okay? So look, that this person is lying down. He's in a praying motion, okay? Which I thought this is also very, very, very interesting. Look at these 2 windows. Okay, even though it's a little bit different, in the second week, you're gonna feel like you're being left out in the cold. And the 3rd week, you actually came inside, okay? And you're inside, you're well rested, and you're thinking, you're maybe praying, okay? You're thinking things through. You're now making your, like, maybe some kind of a plan is faulty, okay? It worked at the very beginning, and then it didn't really, and then something happens and you realize you got to change, and it's causing you a little bit of struggle, maybe financially as well, emotionally, because or physically, look at this person is all like on crutches, right? So you're gonna feel like very drained. But the 3rd week, you'll be able to rest, okay? Maybe you got the problem solved halfway, but it's not completely solved because you're still resting and thinking of other ways to help with whatever things that you're working on, whether it's relationships, school, work, or even finance, right? So you're thinking about how you want to make your next move. And then over here, I just noticed, like, I just can't help but notice, like, this in the window pane is like this person is like kneeling and this person is sitting on something, okay? So like it's begging for something, right? So maybe that's what you're thinking, like, gosh, do I need to ask help, right? Ask them for help with this, or what should I do? So you're trying to recuperate and try to think of ways to make things work. And this is why I think you got the general energy hovering at pile number 2 is that patience, worth waiting for. Okay, so some things that you thought that's going to work really quickly, which you kind of got that news or that feeling, okay, or things moving really fast, because 8 of Wands is also about that fast moving, taking action energy, right? So you feel like everything's going great, but all of a sudden second week you start to feel that stalling energy, and you just need to wait it out and figure things out. Okay, have patience. And then so now in the last week of this next 30 days, it's about emotion. Okay, so now the third week is all about your thinking, your thoughts, because it's the swords. Okay, and then now in the fourth week you're getting up, you're still thinking, you're still wondering, you're still like trying to figure things out, and then you're looking at all the 3 cups that you have, and then you're thinking, gosh, what should I do with this? If there's anything that you can try, okay, maybe trying to think outside of the box, okay, because there's like this cloud with a hand extended and handing you a cup. You're thinking, gosh, can I actually make this cup a reality, right? I know some people, when some reader actually reads this as it's giving you another cup, but you're only seeing this 3 cups in front of you. But I also feel like, yeah, that could be it. But maybe you're trying to think how to make this, because it's a cloud. It's not a reality. It's not a real thing yet. And you're trying to figure it out and how to make this cup, this thing, a reality, right? And then how to be emotionally content, because I feel like maybe you're going to be really, really stressed. Okay, so this second, third, and fourth week, I feel like you will be very stressed out. And you're going to feel, especially this fourth week, you're going to feel very emotionally drained, because you still in that fourth energy. Like over here, you're resting, right? And you feel like, gosh, I can't just like lay there and not doing anything, having everything just like stopped. You want to make some movement, right? But emotionally, you're still not ready yet, okay? So that fourth week, you're trying to pump yourself up, okay? And then maybe think of ways to make things going in your favor again. So I think for pile number 2, you're gonna have to have a lot of patience, maybe ask for help, and maybe see things in a different perspective. And I still want to go back to this: intelligence, knowledge, flexibility. So if things doesn't work out this way, maybe try to figure out another way, right? Don't stress out too much, but stress sometimes, if you look back, is a learning curve. It's knowledge. It's things that you learn, and next time you wouldn't make the same mistakes if it's a mistake. Or if it's not a mistake, you always learn from the experience and you make things better the next time. And so I feel that is that. And in fact, it's so interesting. You got all 4 suits. You got the wands, you got the pentacles, you got the swords, you got the emotions. So I just want to say that I think for pile number 2, you actually do have everything that you needed. All the suits came up, okay? But you're right in the middle of your journey right now, except for this one. So I think whatever you want, your plan you want to do is already set in motion, but everything else, you need to catch up to it. You still need to prepare yourself a little bit, and but it's worth waiting for, and I think you are on the right path for it, and you just need to give it a little bit of time. So August is going to be a little bit slow, a little bit stressful for you, especially towards the end of the month, okay? Mid to all the way to the end, but I think things will probably look up a little bit more. But I only did this next 30 days, so we'll see what happens in the next 30 days at the end of this 30 days. Okay, so stay tuned, and I will see you in the next pile. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and that's it. That's all I see for pile number 2. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye. pile number 3. Okay, so for pile number 3, just wanted to explain this a little bit. So it's 4 cards, 4 tarot cards representing each of the week in the next 30 days. And then these 2 cards are the general energy hovering the entire month. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, and we're not reading reversal, so if any of the cards coming up as reversed, we will flip them over. So the first card is passion. And then the second card is blossoming, and the number is 33. Oh my goodness. 33 and number 3. So I think number 3 people, if you might see 333 a lot. If you look up the number 3, and especially seeing 3s repeatedly, it means that your angel, your guide, is actually staying by you and helping you. Okay, so. And which totally makes sense. And 3 is also the energy of creation, blossom, pregnancy, something new, on the path of something new, right? You're actually making things happen. So I think whatever you're working on right now, it is manifesting for you. And of course, this card says blossoming. So I think things that you're working on is going to slowly, you'll slowly see it come into form, taking shape, that type of thing. And also, I think you have a lot of passion, and if this is about love, you're going to have a lot of passion in your love. If you're single, you're going to find somebody who is very, very passionate, okay, who's very, very in love with you. You might be, or if if you have somebody but you're not in a relationship with, so somebody that you're eyeing on. I think maybe because it's 3 and 3 blossoming, I think something might be, this month might be stirring it up a little bit. Okay, so some little thing might develop. Okay, I just want to say that. And then if it's about work or even school, it's something that you might be handed a project that you're going to be very, very passionate about, something that you've been waiting for to get. You will be able to get that project started, and you will, obviously something that you wanted to work on, you're going to have lots of passion about it. Okay, and then so let's take a look at the next 4 week for the next 30 days. So the first week is the 2 of Pentacles. Second week is King of Cups. Third week is King of Wands. And then Ace of Cups. Nice. Okay. So the first week in the next 30 days. So the first week, you might still feel that you have to juggle a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let me see. I just thought it's very interesting. Okay, so for pile number 3, you see a lot of things in double, except for this last card. But 33, that's 2 of the same cards. There's 2, which is 1 and 1, right? There's 2I, or you just put 1 and 1, 1 plus 1. It's 2 ones. And then there's the King of Cups, King of Wands, the 2 kings side by side. So just a lot of like double energy right now. So maybe you're feeling a little bit that duality. You're trying to see things from both perspective, maybe that as well. And maybe you're having a lot of choices too. Okay, so maybe that's confusing to you. Especially the first week, because you got the 2 of Pentacles. You're trying to juggle 2 pentacles, okay? 2 decisions that you're trying to make. Which one is better? And especially if you're looking about your finance or money, or even relationship. You might have 2 lovers that you're trying to decide on, okay? You're trying to figure things out. Or if you're looking for a job, you have 2 job offers, multiple job offers. 2 is just like a representative of that choice type of thing. That choice type of energy, okay? So you're trying to juggle that, but look at this. This is even, it's within your, there's that line over here, and this is the circle which represents infinity as well. So it's full of possibilities, right? I think both choices, doesn't matter which one you take, it's going to be full of possibility. So neither of the choice will be a wrong choice. Okay, I think they're both good for you. That maybe that's why it's so hard to decide which one you wanted, right? But I think you just need to listen to your heart, listen to which one you're most passionate about. Okay, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So let your heart decide, what do you really want? Okay, so even this person, he's eyeing one over the other, right? It's not like the Two of Swords where it's blind. She's blinded. She put a blindfold over her face that she really can't decide, and it's all up in her head. Over here, it's maybe for a very practical reason you might be, trying to decide which way is better. But really, it's both way is better. Both way, not better, but both way will work. You will make it work, okay? So now, moving into the second week, you'll make it work. The reason why I say that is because of the blossoming card, okay? And the 333. You have your spiritual guides, your whatever ancestors, the spirits. Everybody's trying to help you, guide you, and you know it too, and deep down inside your heart, okay? And then now moving into the second week of this next 30 days is King of Cups. King of Cups is all about very emotionally stable, okay? Having that control. See how it's like you can't really tell from his face. He looks so confident about himself, right? He already mastered all of that emotional things, emotional challenges, things that maybe that make you angry, make you sad, make you whatever. This person is so controlled, very, very controlled about his own emotions, and he knows when to show it and when not to show it, right? And I think, look at the feet. One is pretty well planted, but the other one is actually it seems like it's trying to step off that platform into all of these water, right? So he's trying to immerse himself into all these seas of emotion type of thing, but because he knows that he can control himself, okay? And he's ready to take action, I feel like, too. So for the second week for pile number 3, I think the second week you're ready to take a little bit of action, and I think you're emotional ready, okay? So whatever you decided to take, whichever choice that you finally made after the end of week 1, you feel emotionally ready to take that challenge, okay? You got yourself all emotionally prepared, let's put it that way, to take the challenge, to take on the challenge. Because look at this, third week, you got the King of Wands, and Wands is all about action. So you are ready. So the third week is when you're going to make things happen. So the second week, you're trying to prepare yourself emotionally. So maybe you're gonna try to weigh things, see what is best. Okay, if I do take this choice, what are the things that I might be facing, and then if I take this other choice, what other things I might face, right? And then now you weigh the pros and cons, and one choice doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect. So now into the third week, you have everything that you need to make the action, okay? Wands is all about passion. So you've decided which one you're mostly passionate about, and you're ready to take charge. See how this wand is not on this platform, he already picked it up and putting it on the ground. He's ready to get up and make things happen, okay? And you have a little friend over here, the lizard, okay, to help you. So whether it's love, you're ready to go approach that person, or if it's job, if it's a new project, you're gonna make that thing happen. The blossoming, okay? Making things happen. And then guess what? The fourth week is Ace of Cups. Ace is always about new beginning, making new things coming in, okay? So I think you're gonna feel like that emotional happiness, okay? There's little dove putting that cross or maybe even just like money into the cup. That's what I feel. And I think you're gonna put things into action, okay? The third week, and then Ace of Cups is that new beginning, setting forth that new beginning. So the fourth week is when everything is gonna come together, okay? So the first 3 weeks of this next 30 days, you're trying to set in motion this new project that you want to do, and then finally the fourth week, this new project is gonna take form, okay? So this project, I'm using project, but it could be a relationship. Whether you're single or you're in a relationship. So if you're single, maybe you have somebody that you like, and then so in the fourth week, something new is gonna develop. You're gonna go into this new thing. You're gonna start this new circle. Or maybe you have two people that you can decide, right? This fourth week, you finally made that decision, and you're gonna go forth with this thing, with this new person. If it's job, maybe you have two things, you're trying to figure it out. Fourth week, that you're gonna make that thing happen. So school, same thing. Even money, finance, right? Maybe you have two things that you're trying to invest, or maybe there are some choices that you need to make about your financial situation. This fourth week, you're gonna make that thing happen. And I just get a really very, very, very positive feeling for pile number 3 because of the cards. Even though this is having choice, trying to juggle two things, but from the rest of the cards, especially this Ace of Cups and this blossoming card and then the passion, I just feel very positive energy. So something very, very positive is going to develop for pile number 3 at the end of this next 30 days. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 3. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And I kept it really, really general. So if you need to get it more specific about a certain thing, certain topic, you might have to DM me, and maybe we'll figure it out time to do that. It basically is a personal reading, right? So that's why I'm leaving this very general right now. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. So pile number 4. Okay, just want to mention, so these 2 cards are the general energy for this month. These 4 tarot cards represent each week of the month, and I'm not reading reversals today since everything hasn't happened yet. So we'll flip everything around. So the first card is past life relationship and the path. You have known each other before, the path. So I feel the pile number 4, I think people who chose pile number 4 are probably I think you are in some kind of a relationship. I think you want to know about love more, just because I got this card about past life relationship, right? But then, if you were wondering about, job, money, or that type of thing, so maybe you will come across somebody that you have a past life relationship. You're going to feel very, very familiar about this person. So you're going to instantly connect with this person, and you're going to trust them with whatever that you want to do. So whether it's money, you're going to trust this new, this banker or investment advisor with your money. Or if it's work, you might have a new colleague, a new partner, or maybe a new boss, and you're gonna feel instantly connected with this person, and a good relationship might develop, right? And if it's love, this is very obvious. If it's love, you might have some kind of a past relationship with this person, or you're going to just feel very, very familiar with this person, like for no reason. Sometimes, we feel that way about certain people. Like, gosh, we match on so many different levels, and that's just interesting or very, very weird, right? And then we got the path, okay? So it's the waxing crescent moon. And look at this, this is a ladder, okay, climbing all the way up to, it's like almost like a mirror, and then over here is like the cloud and the sea. So this person is over here on this side of the mountain, and you can't really see past these mountains. So she's probably imagining like what is like on the other side of the mountain, right? And then the path. And I really think for pile number 4 people, maybe you need to create this path for yourself. Like, you can't just imagine it to be like this, right? Sometimes we imagine things to be so awesome, and then we don't have the ability to make it happen. Or when reality hits, you're just like, gosh, it's not what I thought it is. And then you give up a lot more easier because you're just like, this is not what I thought. And then you just want to move on and try to find something that matches this thing that you think up to be. But it's, look, this up in the stars. It's kind of far out reach. Like, the path. You need to find the path. You need to find what you really want, okay? What it is that you really, really want. So I think that's the general energy hovering the pile number 4. And now let's look at what's going to happen in each of the week of the next 30 days. So this is the first week. It's 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, gosh, 9 of Swords, oh no, Ace of Swords. Okay, so first of all, you get a lot of Swords energy, okay? So again, it's all up in your thoughts. Just a general thing over here I see from the cards. And remember, I just said, this is like what you thought up to be. You're just like imagining it to be something like this. And Swords is all about thinking and thoughts. So, you imagine something to be great, to be this wonderful thing, but now you have to figure out a way to get there, okay? Otherwise, it's just your imagination. So the first week for pile number 4 in the next 30 days is that you're going to start, I think you're going to find somebody that you want to collaborate with, because this is all about teamwork, okay? And maybe you want to work on a new project, a new art thing, or whatever it is, or maybe build a relationship with somebody, okay? It's more about teamwork. So if it's about love, 3 is never a good thing for love, right? Having a third party or something. But this is more like financial, because it's Pentacle. It's more about job and career related. So maybe the first week, even if you're wondering about what your relationship's gonna be like, I think for the first week of your next 30 days, you are going to be concentrated a lot more on your work and your collaboration with others about your work. Okay, so you're gonna be a little bit your work, or if you're still in school, so it would be about school. So whatever this area, so your school, your work, or maybe even your financial situation, is gonna need a lot more attention than your love life, okay, for the first week of this next 30 days. So it's all about teamwork, and then maybe even it's about community, okay? So maybe if you do have some kind of love trouble, it's about seeking other people for advices as well. So they're gonna tell you things maybe that you don't know, or you didn't see it from a different So see it from a different point of view, see it from another person's eyes. And it's about teamwork, about trying to figure out things, figure out how to problem solve together, okay? Or working on a project together. And then moving on to the next week of the 30 days. So the second week of this 30 days is that you're going to feel a little bit backstabbed, okay? Very obvious. But it could be up just in your head, okay? It could be literally you feel backstabbed, or maybe some kind of rumors, because swords is all about thinking and thoughts, okay? So I think maybe there might be some kind of a rumor or something that's being talked about you because, teamwork, right? So maybe these people that you are working with, you thought they're just like your friends because you feel that instant connection with them. And you're just like, gosh, and then you tell them everything. And then you realize, oh my God, they're talking bad things about you. Or it might not be these people that you're working on this project with, but could be some other people because you're being handed this big project that you're working on, and other people are so jealous of you that they are bad mouthing you, okay? And then you're gonna feel very, very backstabbed. Like you thought those people were your friends, and then you didn't think that they would be so jealous or so envious of you that they would just say things about you and try to replace you, so that they could get to the, to work with this great project, okay? Or if it's about relationship, same thing. People that you thought were your friends, that you feel that instant connection with, you're going to maybe feel backstabbed by them, okay? But it could also just be you're thinking that because you just got handed this great job and you just feel really, really stressed out, and this big project, or maybe you found like a new lover that you're trying to get, get close to, or and then you seek other people's help, and then you try to find out what this person like and don't like. What did I just say? This person likes and doesn't like, and maybe you want to move your relationship with this person to the next level, and maybe these people are, maybe you feel like things are too good to be true, and things can never go that smoothly, so you feel like something bad might happen to you. So it's like in your head that you feel like people are going to stab you. So you're going to feel very, very kind of protective of yourself, very defensive, maybe that too. So it could be an actual backstabbing, okay? And it might come from people that you thought are really close to you, and you feel that backstabbed, or it's all in your head, okay? You feel scared, you feel very, very stressed because you're being handed this great project that you've been wanting, okay? And then now you're moving into the third week. It's kind of like going backwards, okay? So you feel very backstabbed, and then you're having nightmares about it, okay? And you're like, I think the second and the third week is going to be the toughest week for you in the next 30 days. You're going to feel very stressed. I just can't emphasize enough. That's the feeling I got from looking at these cards. So the second and the third week, the energy is very, very, very similar, because you're already at the end of a cycle, okay, in the second week. But for some reason, you're in the third week, you're going back, because it's going back into 9, okay? You're going back. So you're just in this very stressful feeling, and you're trying to make things work, and you just feel like, gosh, this is not what I wanted. I just can't make my way out of this. I don't know what to do, right? Just a lot of that stress and frustration, I feel like, second and third week for sure. But coming out of it into the fourth week, you're finally are able to clear all these negative energy, right? And you come back into the light, and you're into a new beginning a new cycle. Okay, so like I was saying, this is 10 is the end of the cycle, and now you're going back into 9, and then the 4th week you finally were able to realize that, gosh, I'm not, I don't know why I thought that way. Maybe because I was just very blinded. I was just too scared for whatever reason. And then now 4th week, you finally see you're coming out of the darkness, okay? You're into the bright daylight, and you have clarity of thoughts, and see this sword being held up, and then new things coming out of it, and even a crown, right? Up with this thought, you finally see things more clearly now, and you know who is your friend and who is not your friend, and you also see how you want to go about making that path of yours and do what you wanted to do. Okay, so and the swords will help you cut through all of these trouble. Okay, and you will be able to get what you want. So whether it's work, whether it's love, financial, if you're still in school, then school, all areas of your life, or specific areas that I just mentioned. So the first week, you will be handed this new opportunity, new job, and you're going to collaborate with somebody, or you will go and seek advice about this thing. And then the 2nd and 3rd week, you're going to be feeling very, very stressed. Okay, and you can't get out of this energy, and even you're at the end of the cycle, you actually go backwards. Okay, but then the 4th week, you finally come out of it, and you see the clarity of everything, and you will be able to recognize who is your friend, who is not. If it's a new relationship, this new relationship, you will see if it's worth your time or not too. And if you are in a relationship, again, you will see if it's worth your time. You will be able to go to a new level, start a new beginning with them, see your path a lot more clear. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 4. Let me know if this resonated with you or not, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.